Hi, welcome to the CRM training. Basically, this is just a brief guide on how to actually use the CRM, and this goes hand to hand also with the virtual call center. So I'm gonna just explain to you how to actually look up your leads, how to manage them, how to add if you need to, or how to do everything. Basically, log in with your username. In this case, I'll use this one. Same exact thing. You would all get your own username and password, and just give it a minute while it loads. It does have a lot of information inside. Now the link that you see on top would basically be the same for everybody. It's just healthfamily.densure.cc. So when you open it, the first thing you would see is the actual home page. This is this tab right here. I'll go ahead and click on it again. Now the first thing you would see is this brief explanation, right? It gives you how many callbacks you actually have and how many leads have not worked. The reason why you're seeing this is because for this CRM, you would actually use it for two reasons. It could be a possibility that you get the warm transfer, you would see the lead on this CRM, and also when there are no agents available, it would automatically randomly just go ahead and assign leads to every user on this CRM. So even though it's not a warm transfer, you still could go ahead and see data that has been provided to you. That data that has been provided to you, you will see, just scroll down and you will see it all down here. These are all leads that have been provided to this specific user. This right here, it just lets you count what's your count looking like. It says 41 total. You have 40 new leads that you have not touched in this particular case. And then you have 41 callbacks. Why 41 callbacks? It could be that you did manage a specific lead, you still don't have the conclusion to it, and that lead specifically turned into a callback. That's what you see here, 41. So let's go ahead and go to the callback list. The callback list lets you know exactly what time you have to call a person back. When you see this yellow tab up here, it means that a callback is past due. You should call that person back right away. And what happens is on the top, when you hit callback, the one on top, that's the one that's closest or past due, where you have to call back. In this particular case, this callback was for November the 12th at 8:45 p.m. On this here, you see everything about the client. Well, not everything. You see a brief explanation about the client, the phone number, the name. All I need you to do is click on it if you want to work with this client, and then you would hit load lead. So on this here, you will see the client's information as such as contact name, the contact last name would start appearing on here, household size, applicants. This lead type is basically what type of lead was it. Hot lead is just basically a lead that you got that just appeared on your list, or as it was a transfer from one of the agents. The language is the language the client speaks. And then this date right here just gives you the live date when you entered the lead. So just scrolling down, you have your note section. Here is basically your disposition, and what it tells all this is what's the next step, what's the conclusion for this call. So it was placed as a callback. Just go into it again. Just pick like you used to do before on the virtual call center training, the best one that best applies. So if it's a hang up, just go ahead and select hang up. If it's not eligible, go ahead and select not eligible. Now, look at this. When it is an application in process, you have not finished yet. It's just in process. So it would give you the callback option. Just click on it, select your date, and also the time. It lets you know that the field is required because this is not yet done. What the good thing about this is you don't have to call back from the virtual call training. You could basically call back from your cell phone, your desk phone, however you feel comfortable. Scroll back down again. You would see all the information on the bottom, and then if you continue scrolling, this is basically up to you at this point. If you want to fill in the spouse information, Everything here is recorded. It just eliminates the paper you have. It would not be lost. Everything stays here. Applicant's income, and just keep, it's up to you. Like I stated before, just add whatever you want to add. Now, what is mandatory, right? And this part is mandatory if the dispositions. Like I've said it before, I don't really mind where you call the client from, but you do need to come back in here and actually, what was the outcome of your call, right? In this particular case, you might say, okay, how am I going to look for my client? Well, I did make it a little bit simpler on you. Let me go back to the home page. It's a little bit slow. Give me just one moment. So basically, I'm back on the home page, but if you see here, there's a search box. You can search by first name, last name, phone number, basically anything that connects what you type in here to a specific client, he would come up. Or you would just write it down, he would come up, and same as before, you click on it and hit load lead. So something I want to make very clear. The home page, these are leads that have been placed there for you. You would see on there the valid transfers when you receive a transfer, and also you would see calls on there that technically were not a transfer, but that lead has been assigned to you. Now, let me give the example of a live transfer. You're waiting for a call and you actually get that call. So same as before, the call center representative would actually let you know his name and that he has a client online. He would ask you for your username. Once you provide that username, and the client will transfer the call center agent would transfer the call to you, all you have to do is refresh your page, scroll down, and you would see the live client on here. Keep in mind the live client will be transferred over on your headset, but to see his information, all you do is click on it and again load the lead. It's really that simple. And then whatever you come in the next day and you have clients here assigned, those are your leads now. You could go ahead and work them. So let's take, for example, an advertising lead, which are the blue screens. You also might want, you do have to place them into this CRM. All you do is go to add new lead, lead type, just go ahead and click advertising. Personal, it's exactly that. It's a personal lead that you have. It probably was referred by a friend, somebody you know. It didn't come either from the hot leads to the transfers or the advertising. This is just for you to know where your leads are coming from. So let me go ahead and click on this one once more. Let me go through the dispositions one more time. Scroll down. Every outcome has to be tracked. Like I stated before, very important. You could call from your desk phone, from your cell phone. Always make sure to come back to the CRM, search for the person's name or phone number, and update them on here. Callback does need a callback. You make sure you select the date and the time that person needs a callback. Once you go down and hit save, the screen will not disappear. Just scroll up, and up here you will see a green tab that says operation was saved. That specific client will now be on your callback list. Keep in mind to always go back and check it because it does go by the set time to call back. So let's scroll down a little bit more. Let's go to hang up. Hang up, it says callback for a specific reason. It could be the client was busy at the time, he couldn't speak. I would suggest to always give a person a call. Even if it's a hang up, give him a call one more time just to see if he picks up and what the outcome is. Not eligible. It's exactly that. You had a conversation with the client. The person does not qualify for what you're offering. That's a not eligible. Then we go into not interested. Not interested is a conversation you had with a client. You did explain everything. Unfortunately, that person was not interested. They do qualify, but they're not interested in what you're offering. You would use not interested. Already has a 2016 ACA plan. That's exactly what you would use it for. If the person already tells you, hey, look, I'm already signed up, I don't need this anymore, already has a 2016 ACA. Application in progress. I did explain it before, but application, you started filling it out. Customer still needs a little bit of more information. Scroll over to the right, call back. Just go ahead and ask them, when can I call you back to complete this process? And like I said, very important that you select the date and the time. Since you're going to be managing so many clients, the system actually does account for you. On the notes field, always make sure to put your notes. The client is missing this information. Be very specific. Like I've stated before, you'll be calling thousands of clients. This is just an easier way for you to manage yourself, and everything would be on here. Application complete and no payment, right? You completed your application. The person is still pending payment. Just go ahead and put in your notes, I did complete the application. Payment is still pending, and go ahead and set up a callback. Application completed and paid. Of course, this is how I want every call to end. That will be the best possible outcome. Once this one is selected, you actually have to select and place in here the carrier or the insurance company that was selected for that specific client. And of course, you also need the social security number. Just go ahead and place it in here. Like I stated before, you would go down and hit save. Once you do that, you would see the green bar here. You're totally done with this specific client. So going back to the main page, everything you do for that specific day would load on your dashboard. You would see your numbers updating. You could tell exactly how many clients you have on standby. Very important. This works with the virtual call center. From this specific page, you cannot make phone calls. You will not receive phone calls. You do have to be logged into a virtual call center, and you would have to be logged into this to see the lead information or the client's information. Just go ahead and load it. Like I said, it helps you just keep track of your clients. As you can see on the callback list, it gives you by the time. It goes in order. What client you do have to call first. That way you don't lose track. Would be a good idea to actually keep on refreshing the page, whenever you have time, every 5-10 minutes, or when you come back to check on your clients. Just as long as you come here and you update the disposition, you should be okay. To sign out, all you do is hit this little thing up here. Keep in mind that while signed out, you could still receive a transfer. And if you do that, please make sure you go ahead, log in order to see the client's information that was just transferred to you and the hot lead that are posted on this. Even if you're not here, make sure you check it out. You could still have some information on the CRM when you log in. I did hope you enjoyed this brief video. I wish you the best.